What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon. I am back with you for my recap of the Dolphins versus Lions game. First thing I want to say is, obviously, it was a loss. It sucks. There's a lot that goes into it. Before I get into all that, though, the stats and what happened and all that stuff, first I want to say, keep your heads up, guys. I know it's tough, but like I've said before, we always got to stay behind the team. We always got, that's what it means to be a true fan. We just got to always support no matter what, no matter how much it hurts during the losses, because when we get good wins like last week, when we win, period, we're all happy. It's all good. We can't just jump ship every time, we lose. I know it sucks. At least we haven't been as bad as the Browns were the past couple years, right? Knock on wood if you're superstitious, or pray to God if you're religious, whatever, Hopefully nothing like that ever happens, and I understand we're all tired of the mediocrity, but there's a lot that goes into this. So anyway, point is, just keep your heads up, guys, and let's just, stick behind the team. That's all we can do as fans. We just gotta, we gotta do the same thing that they do. We just gotta turn the page. We gotta move on to the next one. Also, apparently, particularly with everything that transpired throughout the game, apparently the agent Jimmy Gould for Devontae Parker is causing some drama. I'll just talk about it real quick. He made some comments and stuff, calling Gase incompetent and calling him a liar and stuff like that. And so there's some drama. There's already obviously been reports of, us possibly trading him. There've been, we've been fielding calls, talking to teams, blah, blah, blah. So who knows, man? I honestly don't see him staying around, unfortunately, in Miami. He was inactive today. That says a lot. His agent is blowing up right now. That says a lot. I'm wearing his jersey right now just because, well, I'm going to have to retire another one of my jerseys, for the person no longer being on the team. The only one I got left now is going to be my Tannehill one. See how long that lasts. Anyway, so, having said all that, I'm just going to rip through the statistics for this game real quick, and then I'll kind of give a breakdown and a summation of it at the end. So we obviously lost. We are now 4-3 on the season. We have a quick turnaround for the Texans on Thursday night. So let me get through these stats and then I'll talk about that stuff. So we lost 21-32. In total yards, we had 322. They had 457. We had 215 passing yards. They had 209. We had 107 rushing. They had 248. We had 6 yards per play. They had 7.9. Neither team lost any fumbles. Neither team threw any interceptions. We were 54% on third downs, ironically enough, and we only held them to 25% on third downs. We had the ball for 26 minutes, 21 seconds. They had it for 33 minutes, 39 seconds. Apparently, we only commit 4 penalties, but I'll talk about that in a minute. And they had 6 apparently, from what I saw. So we didn't have that many penalties, but anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. Passing statistics: Brock Osweiler was 22 of 31, 71% completion percentage, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 114.9 passer rating. So if there was a bright spot from this, it's definitely that Brock Osweiler played well. But we'll get more into the breakdown here in a minute. Matthew Stafford was 18 for 22, 81.8% of his completion percentage, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions, 138.1 passer rating. Rushing statistics: Kenyon Drake led the way for us, 6 touches, 72 yards, 1 touchdown, 12 average. Frank Gore had 10 touches, 29 yards for a 2.9. this was one of the things that I was going to say that I had said in the preview. We have to stop. Kerryon Johnson went off. 19 touches, 158 yards. No touchdowns, though, but an 8.3 average. That hurt us a lot, obviously. That was one of the major factors in the game. LeGarrette Blount had 10 touches, 50 yards, a touchdown, and a 5 average. Golden Tate had 1 for 30 yards and obviously a 30 average. So we didn't do very good at all in the run game. That was a huge part of it. But anyway, so moving on, receiving statistics, Danny Amendola led the way for us, 6 out of 7 for 84 yards, 1 touchdown. Mike Gesicki was 3 for 3, 44 yards. Albert Wilson was 3 for 3, 32 yards. Jakeem Grant was 2 for 2, 32 yards. Nick O'Leary, 2 for 3, 23 yards. Kenyon Drake, 4 for 8, 15 yards. Kenny Stills, 1 for 3, 5 yards and a touchdown. And then for them, Michael Roberts led the way. Their passing attack wasn't super spectacular, but it was obviously other things that led to it. Their run game did phenomenal, and some other stuff as well I'll get to in a second. Michael Roberts led the way for them, 3 out of 3 for 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kenny Galladay, 2 for 2, 37 yards. Golden Tate, 4 for 6, 36 yards. Marvin Jones Jr., 3 out of 4 for 29 yards. TJ Jones, 1 for 1, 26 yards. And Kerryon Johnson contributed 1 catch on 1 target for 21 yards. There were 2 fumbles in the game, one by Matthew Stafford, one by Golden Tate. Neither of them were lost, though. They were able to recover. Defensive statistics, Raekwon McMillan led the way for us. 7 solo, 1 assisted tackles, 1 forced fumble. TJ McDonald was 6 solo, 2 assists. Rashad Jones, 5 solo. Kiko Alonso, 4 solo, 1 assist and 1 pass defense. Bobby McCain, 4 solo, 1 assist. Jerome Baker, 4 solo, 1 assist and 1 pass defense. Akeem Spence, 3 solo, 3 assists. Xavier Howard, 3 solo, 1 assist. Andre Branch, 2 solo, 1 sack and 1 forced fumble. For them, Gerard Davis led the way. With 6 solo, 1 assisted, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, Romeo Okwara, 5 solo, 1 assist, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss. Quandre Diggs, 4 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Teez Tabor, 4 solo, 2 assist. Ricky Jean-Francois, 3 solo, 1 assisted, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. Tavon Wilson, 3 solo. Ashawn Robinson, 3 solo, 1 assisted, 1 tackle for loss. Darius Slay, 2 solo, 1 pass defense. And Christian Jones, 1 assisted tackle and 1 pass defense. In the kicking game, Jason Sanders missed the only field goal towards the end of the game, or at the end of the game, that he tried. So he was 0 for 1, but he was 3 for 3 on his extra points. Matt Prater for the Lions was 4 for 4 on his field goals. We held them to mostly field goals, but that didn't really matter at the end of the day. He had a long of 50, and then he was 2 for 2 on extra points. Punting, Matt Hawk had 4 for a 45.5 average, 2 inside the 20 with a long of 51. Sam Martin had 1 punt, 61 average, 1 inside the 20, and it was obviously a long of 61, Kickoff return, Jakeem Grant had 3 for 24.7 average, a long of 28. And punt return, they didn't have any kickoff returns. Punt returns, Jakeem Grant had 1, a long of 19, average of 19. Golden Tate had 2, 7.5 average with a long of 9. So, to me, the 2 biggest things that stuck out, the 3 biggest things that stuck out to me in this game, in this order, will be, not in any particular order, really, is the run game, our run defense. Aside from that, our defense was solid. Like I said, we held them to 25% on third downs. There's a lot of good things they were doing, but 248 rushing yards. We can't let that happen. That was one of the major contributions to this loss. Injuries, man. We started getting injuries. Albert Wilson came out of the game with a leg injury. We all have to hope, pray, meditate, whatever you do, whatever your little juju, good luck charm, whatever it is, man, because there's potential that it could be a serious injury. I hope not. We all better hope not, because that would be terrible for us to lose Albert Wilson. He is huge for us. Anyway, we've already lost enough, this season. We lost Marquise Gray before the season started. We lost Sitton and Kilgore. We lost William Hayes. We've lost for the year. So we've lost enough guys already. We need to, and we got really banged up in this game. We were already pretty banged up. Finally getting guys healthy and back, and and the thing, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, one of the things that kind of worries me the most is that now we have one of these Thursday night games. We have a quick turnaround, so guys have to literally just shrug it off. And Thursday night games are notorious for, lots of injuries. And I'm really worried about that because we're banged up right now. We got really banged up in this game, particularly on offense, and that is not good. So I'm being honest with you guys. I am a little worried about that, but, I'm going to keep my head up, keep my hopes high. We, of course, we have to travel to Houston. I'm not gonna lie. When I make my preview video for that game, I'm gonna predict a Dolphins victory. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I can see it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game, and we gotta have some things for sure go right for us to, come away with that victory. But anyway, we'll get to that when we get there. It's coming quick. But anyway, so Albert Wilson, came out with an injury. He was out for the rest of the game. Mike Gesicki got a little banged up. Frank Gore got a little banged up. Kenny Stills got a little banged up. Jerome Baker got a little banged up. So, guys were just getting hurt left and right. Most of those injuries, I think, are for sure small. And, these guys can hopefully jump in the cold tub and the hot tub and hydrate and eat and sleep and all kinds of shit. I don't know, whatever, man. Just hopefully they can get right and they can, feel better and be good. Hopefully Jonathan Woodard can come out of the concussion protocol. Hopefully Charles Harris can get back from, his calf injury, but calf injuries are tricky, especially with somebody like him. He's a speed rusher on the edge, so they'll have to be careful with him. But hopefully we can just get guys healthy, man. So anyway, that's the second thing, was injuries, and the third thing was penalties, man. They apparently we only had 4, but if that's the case, those 4 came at crucial times. At least 2 or 3 of them were on third downs where we stopped them, and then they got like a pass interference call, so not only a first down, but then they get a bunch of yardage as well. So that obviously contributed to it, and that wasn't helpful. So to me, the big things, the 3 big things were our inability to stop the run, those penalties at crucial times, and the injuries that we were sustaining. They were just, anyway, so with that said, that's where I'm going to end the video, guys. I have, the post-game press conferences with Adam Gase, Brock Osweiler, and Cameron Wake. So I'm going to throw those on to the end of this video for you. It's funny because I always, at the end of my videos, I'm always like, if you like my videos, blah, blah, blah. And I hope you, regardless of a loss or whatever, I hope you guys like my videos. I'm still trying to, bring you all the news and information and all the stuff you need to know and everything. I'm trying to, break it down, and I'm trying to stay upbeat for you guys as well. Try and help you guys keep your heads up. I'm just gonna do that. We got to turn the page. We got to move on, and we got to just keep trucking, keep pushing, and just stay with the team. So with that, I will say, if you guys like my videos, if you like what I'm trying to do for you, if you like what I do for you, then Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you want to get the alerts, hit the bell. Make sure you leave me your questions, comments, concerns. I love interacting with you guys. I will answer questions in my videos. Hit the like button, share the stuff around, get it out there. I'm moving up. We're moving up together. Let's build this. Let's keep going. I want to get to 100 subscribers hopefully soon. We're getting there. We're moving our way. So let's continue that. I appreciate you guys a lot. And I hope you guys enjoy the interviews. With that said, guys, I am out of here. I will see y'all soon. Fins up. Later.
I didn't realize that much, but a lot has to go wrong for that to happen. Very odd situation because, when something like that happens, you want to sit down and pick apart the whole game play by play. But the reality is, today's Wednesday, and we have a game coming up very quickly. We got to move on. But I know for sure the guys are going to go back and look at the tape. Anytime that happens, it very rarely is it just somebody comes in and just runs all over you. It's miscommunication or somebody not where they're supposed to be. Not playing complimentary from front to back, as the only way I can describe it. Not good enough, but I think if you're running for 250, you're third and short every time. I mean, there's not going to be much of an opportunity. We always said, as a front, you got to do your work first, stop the run so you can play, rush the passer. So I don't know all the detail, but I'm pretty sure there weren't too many third and longs out there because we weren't stopping the run. So pass rushing on 3rd and 2 is probably not going to be an advantageous position for getting after the quarterback.
How much of a challenge is it now to try to put this behind you when you have a game coming up and
I just said it's Wednesday. The rest of the world is Sunday, but for us it's Wednesday. So in a very normal week, we wouldn't even be talking about the last game. So usually I say you got about 24 hours to pat yourself on the back or lick your wounds. You got about 30 minutes to figure that out. Now you got to already be getting ready for the next opponent. So and it's a away game obviously, so we got traveling in there too. So it's a lot, but everybody has to get their job done. We're all big boys, grown men, and you got to have a short memory, wipe your slate clean, and start focusing on the next task.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but I don't imagine you guys have given us that kind of running stats all season. So what happens when someone does that? What do you hang your hat on?
There's no way you could have told me that would be something that would happen today. Like you said, I'm pretty sure, I don't know the stats either, but that hasn't been something that we've encountered in the past season, and maybe you probably look back into last season before you find something like that or numbers like that. But if that was a reoccurring thing, then I'd probably be a little nervous. I think, again, that it has to be miscommunication, out of place, wrong fit, whatever it is. That's the only way I can explain without seeing the tape. But at the same time, as frustrating as that is, that means it's very easily fixable. Be where you're supposed to be. And as you've seen, we've done it in the past. So it's not I can't do, it's a didn't do. And we just got to make sure, again, on defense, it's every single play for 60 or more minutes. It's you got to play 4 quarters. We didn't.
How did you feel out there?
Felt good. Glad to be back out there. It's hard watching from the sideline, so when I get out there and help, eases my soul.
How frustrating is all the injuries?
It's football. Every game you turn on, somebody's going to get injured. It's just the way it is. You roll the dice. It's not if, it's when, and nobody can predict when. So there's nothing you can do about it, unless we put on flags. And that's not. We're going in that direction, but it's not.
Camp, so 3 weeks ago, you guys were in first place. And now, I don't know that you're third. Does that concern you that you're going in the wrong direction?
It's early. It was 9 more games, I think, and I played a lot of football, and I've seen things change. So we have a lot of work to do, but we have a lot of time as well. So, I'm not panicking yet. We got a lot of time, but at the same time, we have to make sure we don't play like this, both sides of the ball. Not a impossible task. I think we've shown what we're capable of, but you got to do it consistently. You can't be up, down, and up, down. You got to play, every week, play together, start stacking wins, so that whenever it comes down the line, week 13, you're not saying, "Oh, we should have," or "I wish we would have." You put yourself in a place that you have to worry about that.
We didn't do enough to win the game as an offensive unit. It's our job to score more points than the other team, and we didn't do that today, so we need to be better.
Can you describe your comfort zone today, Brock, as opposed to last week when you had a full week of practice to work with the ones and everything? Was it smoother for you today out there than last week, or even though less the results?
Yeah. I would say my chemistry with some of the skill guys is growing. I didn't get any reps with the ones in OTAs or training camp or anything like that. So the first time I was throwing the ball or handing the ball off to a lot of those guys was last Sunday. So I'd say my chemistry is growing, getting the game last week with them, getting a week of practice, and then getting today. But as far as my overall comfort in the offense, I was extremely comfortable last week, and I was comfortable this week.
Brock, how did Albert going out of the game impact what you guys were able to do going forward after that point?
It definitely hurts us. Albert's a tremendous football player. He brings a lot of energy to this offense. He brings a spark. Anytime you get the football in his hands, he might, make a big play for us. So we definitely missed him. But in saying that, the motto of this football team is next man up. And whoever needs to step into that role needs to step in and play big, because Albert set the bar very high for that position. And whoever needs to step in needs to play up to that bar.
Brock, it looked like this game was a game of starts. They started out quickly, scored on every drive they had except for one punt. You guys came out in your first, I think, 3 or 4 series without getting any points on the board, scored after that. Could you get a feel for the reason that you had a slow start like that?
Yeah, there was just no rhythm offensively, and this offense really gets going and is really effective when we start stacking first downs together, and we weren't able to do that early, unfortunately. We kicked ourselves in the butt with some negative plays, and we weren't able to overcome them.
From where you were standing, the difficulty running the football, certainly in the first half?
That's the National Football League. It's tough every Sunday, no matter who you're playing. The guys across from you, they're big, they're tough, they're physical, they're fast. And so give Detroit credit. They came to play today. They had a great scheme. Coach Patricia and his staff put together a great game plan, and they executed it very well.
How did you feel you played?
I was happy with some of the things we did, but there's definitely a lot of room to grow. And ultimately, we did not score enough points to win the game. And I'm the only guy on offense who touches the ball every single play. So that bothers me. I feel like I need to find a way to play better, to find a way to put the offense in the end zone more. And that's something that Coach Gase and I will sit down, we'll look at, and we'll talk about.
So I think your quarterback rating is over 100.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if it's more frustrating to play pretty good and still lose. Because where do you go from there?
I think I know what you're asking. I don't care about stats. I don't care about stats at all. The only thing I care about is wins and losses. And so when we win, it's a great day. When we lose, it's a bad day. And it's really that simple for me. I think there's a lot of people that get into passer ratings and third down efficiency and red zone. And obviously those things matter at the end of the day. But the biggest stat is wins and losses in this league, in my opinion. And today we lost, and we didn't do enough on offense to put our team in a position to win the game.
In terms of some of your receivers going down, it was Wilson and Stills and then Isaki, does it almost reach a point where you don't know which 5 guys are going to be out there at those other positions? Is that at all difficult for you?
Well, we had to get very creative in the fourth quarter. Let's just put it like that. There was a lot of, in the huddle, rather than calling plays, you'd kind of point at a guy and say, hey, you line up in the slot, you run this route, you run this route. There was a little backyard football to it. But I will say this, our coaching staff did a tremendous job of communicating to me who was in the game, where they wanted them to be, and what they wanted them to do. So there was no one on our sideline who blinked an eye. Regardless of the adversity we faced, we were ready with answers, and that's what we did.
Can you give an example of that creativity?
No, I can't.
Guys good? All right, thanks.
That's what you expected?
No, I wasn't. We didn't play very well against the run today, and basically they could do whatever they wanted on that side of the ball. It's just kind of unusual for our guys. Usually, if we have a drive like that, we respond the rest of the game and find a way to get off the field and kind of stop those type of drives.
I think they had one punt. They scored on every other drive, which in your own backyard, certainly not something you want to see.
No, it's not ideal. But we got to find a way to match it on the other side of the ball and create more points.
Did you feel like your offense did enough to?
No, because we lost. We let a couple drives get away from us. Ended up with 3rd and long a couple times that really put us in a bad position. And the way that they're going to play on anything past 3rd and 10, it's got to be a perfect call, and we got to execute it the right way, and they got to kind of make a mistake.
How'd you guys come out with that hour?
I'm not sure yet, but there was a lot of guys at the end of the game who were trying to kind of make stuff up, to try to figure out a way to get back in the game.
Is that only exacerbated by the short week?
We'll find out who's available. Once we know who's available, then we'll just have to figure out who we're going to have personnel group-wise on that side of the ball.
Are there players who are playing hurt that might not otherwise have played, if not for the fact that you guys were short numbers?
No, I think we were very good as far as guys that had missed time, and they said they were ready to go and they wanted to be out there, so we felt good about it.
Why was Devontae Parker inactive?
Oh, that's what we decided to do this game, and we had those 4 guys that had been kind of rolling together, and we wanted to get Balaj up, and he's doing a lot on special teams, and we had some things in him in the red area for him, and we were about ready to use them, but we were missing a couple other pieces to it.
So was he healthy? Was he injured?
He's not completely healthy yet, but we're still working through some things.
Coach, I know you got to look at the tapes, but when you look at this game from the standpoint of what they were able to do, it looked like the receivers were open quite a bit. The tight end had got 1 pass coming in and 2 touchdowns, and it seemed like they were able to do what they wanted. What did you see defensively that allowed them to do that?
Well, we couldn't stop them. It's just what it was. They were executing better than us, and we didn't do enough to affect the quarterback. He didn't seem like he got out of rhythm. That was really the number one thing that we were talking about all week. And that guy, if you give him time and he doesn't feel the pressure up front and we're not tight enough in coverage, you're going to have problems.
Do you look at this game as an opportunity lost? A team coming into your stadium and with a good opportunity to knock them off?
Anytime that we're playing at home and we don't win, that's something that it's not something we're going to accept. We expect to win our home games, and we didn't get it done today.
Coach, got a quick turnaround Thursday game. They're always tough, and it seemed like every time you turn around, somebody was limping off the field. They lost Kenny there at the end of the game. I know it's trying to get ready as fast as you can, but how do you do that?
We'll find out what's going on with the injuries, see who's available. You know, we had enough healthy guys on inactive that, you know, AJ was close to coming back. So we'll figure something out. You know, I mean, it's going to be a short week, but at the same time, you know, we'll have enough guys to be ready to go.
Is Ryan healing enough where he might be close enough to come back Thursday?
I don't know yet because we haven't gotten that far yet. You know, I was worried about today.
What were your thoughts on Brock? I mean, didn't seem to have didn't do anything wrong, certainly.
No, I thought he played good. You know, a lot of times those sacks, one of them he probably could have avoided, but the rest of those, it was just so fast. You know, he really didn't have a chance to defend himself, and I thought he did a good job of what we asked him to do. You know, it's just kind of one of those things where we just can't put ourselves in third and long. We had to stay ahead of the sticks, and we didn't do a good enough job there.
Today was the second time that Kenny Stills collided with someone after scoring a touchdown. The first time with a photographer today and security guard. Is that something you will address with somebody, or is that a concern for you?
I mean, not really. I mean, I didn't think the last time that was kind of an unusual situation. The ball he caught there, and you know, that's every stadium's like that, where you know that can happen.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the interviews. I hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, if you did, please hit the subscribe button, you know, share it with your friends, post on Facebook, you know, whatever. Hit the like button, and definitely leave me some comments, questions, concerns, anything you'd like to see or hear in the videos, you know, stuff like that. So definitely let me know. And of course, the most important thing is subscribe. So with that said, I'll see you guys soon, and fins up.